Okay, boys and girls, we got a very special episode today. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's weird for Jeff and I because we're good buddies, but we never talked to like a nobody on camera. Well, our audience is somebody, but
not at all.
But we got Jeff Killender here today. Jeff, what are we in? Who are you? What are we doing today?
All right, I'm Jeff. I'm one of the sales reps here at Applewood Cadillac Chevrolet GMC. I just wanted to pull up the Tahoe. This is a 2020 Tahoe Premier, fully loaded. It's got the nice 22-inch rims on the outside. We're just going to take it for a nice test drive today.
And we're going to do our best to just kind of hang out in the car. It's not going to feel salesy, but it's pretty much a virtual test drive in 360.
Yeah, we got the AC bumping, the AC seats bumping. We're just trying to stay nice and cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, so the temperature right now, it says 23 degrees, but it's got to be hotter than that.
It's definitely hotter than that.
There's no way it's only 23 degrees. It feels like you could grow a whole terrarium in here, like a greenhouse. But yeah, one thing I got in, normally on like a hot day, you feel it, like the leather, like with the vented seats. I know this is not anything new in cars, but talk to us about it, Jeff. Like what a dream, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely when you get in some cars, you get that sticky kind of tractor butt kind of feel on it. Definitely not with the air conditioned seats. You have kind of a nice airy feel all in around the bottoms of your legs, in and around my back. I can definitely feel it coming out on my golf shirt.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's definitely nice on hot days like this.
Cool. And so I feel like one of the most common questions we get asked at the dealership when people are talking about Tahoe is the one we're in today is leather.
Correct.
What trims of Tahoe come with leather versus cloth?
So we do have the LS, which will come in cloth, the LT, which will come also in cloth. Not really a big sticking point though. I mean, I've definitely installed leather on both an LS and an LT.
Yeah.
We do the leather right through the dealership with the aftermarket leather. It comes out very, very nice.
Cool.
So I've definitely had that. But as far as trim levels from GM, the Premier is going to be the one with the leather on it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's funny, that's a question we get asked a lot, but that's good news for people who want one of these cars. They can get it on the lower trim and really doesn't cost that whole lot of money.
Not at all.
That whole extra bump compared to switching trims. Let's talk about driver aids or what you got there at the door handle.
Yeah, I'm just going to adjust my mirrors here quickly. We're going to have, it's nice, in the Premier model we got the power telescopic steering column. So you got the up and down movement here, which is all power, which is nice with the joystick. I got a full power seat. I'm nice and comfortable, adjusted everything here. Nice thing about it is it's got memory seats on the Premier. So even if we're swapping drivers between the two of us, you can have your favorites and I can have my favorites. Everything will be memorized from driver 1 to driver 2.
And correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't GM now have that feature where if you're getting in or you remote start the vehicle with the app, it'll remember the profiles?
It will, absolutely. It remembers it from the key.
That's insane. So basically so I have my own key fob, Jeff has his.
Yeah.
When Jeff goes and starts the car, it just knows this is the way Jeff likes it.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's a feature.
Awesome.
That's a feature you really can't put on a brochure. Like you gotta feel it.
Another thing that's overlooked a lot of the time on the Tahoes is the power adjustable pedals as well.
Okay.
So a lot of the times people get in, they adjust the seat, they adjust the steering wheel, and they still don't really have that full comfortable feeling. This has fully adjustable power pedals that come up and go down. So I mean, people with a little bit of shorter legs, they can kind of bring it up. People with a little bit of longer legs can send it down, so that way you have overall comfort for everything.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like that big of a vehicle. Like
not at all.
It's crazy. Like I was driving around. One of the last videos we did was in one of the trucks, but even the Silverado and the Sierras, like the turning radius on those trucks, they're huge. But then all of a sudden you go and you try and turn a roundabout. Like I don't know how they do it.
Right.
And in this truck too, like this is a Tahoe, right? Or is it the Suburban?
No, this is Tahoe.
Tahoe, just the back seats are down. But yeah, the turning radius in this thing is crazy tight. Hopefully we'll be able to, I don't want to say do a U-turn today, but maybe we'll try it out. Talk to us, is there anything special about the steering wheel controls or anything like that? It's pretty standard layout, right?
Yeah, pretty standard layout. I mean, on this model, we're going to have their pre-collision system on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, matched with all of our cruise control options.
Cool.
You're going to have a heated steering wheel. One thing I was noticing just while we were driving, different from some of the other models, the 22s on this Premier model definitely make a difference as far as the ride. I don't know if you could feel how smooth it is. I was definitely surprised.
It is pretty smooth. It's surprising all this construction here on the road, man. But
it's just super smooth.
Yeah, it's quiet too.
Mm-hmm.
It is really quiet. Surprisingly for it's a V8, right?
Yeah, V8, and it drives like you said. It's not hard to drive. It drives much like a car. Whereas when you're driving those bigger pickup trucks, you definitely feel like you're driving a truck.
Yeah, this is a strange. Does this truck have cylinder deactivation too?
This one I have to double check just to see the engine because the 5.3. There's two options on it. One's got the DMF, one does not.
Cool. Okay. So in terms of the console here, I'll just play around, but the one thing I will say, and obviously, slightly biased being in a GM vehicle all the time, but we don't have a phone paired today, but the rate at which it remembers and pairs your phone is ridiculous.
It's awesome.
So like talk about, the first 30 seconds you get in a car if you're hopping in and out a lot, but imagine your seats are already pre-adjusted and it automatically, like almost sometimes before you even push the button, like start the car, like your Bluetooth is already synced. Like
yeah, your music's already playing for you and stuff.
Crazy fast. There we go. Some music. We'll mute that. We don't want to get burned. YouTube take anything down, but yeah, it's funny. A lot of companies try and reinvent the wheel with these infotainments. I think GM's done a pretty good job. Like you get everything you need.
Absolutely.
Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is a saving grace.
Yeah, it's all under the projection app there. As soon as you plug in,
connect your USB. Yeah.
Exactly. All the USBs are just in the middle there.
Awesome. Yeah. So easy to reach, convenient.
Awesome. Yeah.
I want you to show the hidden feature on this. I know you'll talk about it, but tell the people what's weird, what doesn't meet the eye that you wouldn't expect out of here, but it's really cool.
What doesn't meet the eye, a lot of people don't know, is there's a little hiding spot in behind this screen.
Okay.
If you push and hold that button,
boom,
up goes the screen.
Yeah, so there you go. There's my phone. So that's cool. So this vehicle, I know it has some kind of a concierge mode. You can pretty much lock that.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. So you put the phone in there, send that down. You can lock that now. So in the valet mode, that doesn't open.
That is so cool.
And when the battery's not on for the truck, if your key's not in the truck, no one can get in there.
And you wouldn't know, right?
No one would even know that that's even there anyways.
That is so cool, man. I gotta forget my phone. I'll leave it. I'll leave it in there for the video.
I'll open it back up there for you.
But that's so cool. And it's a good size too.
Yeah, and you have a USB port in there and stuff. So if you want to keep your cords and all that stuff in there, yeah, it's nice and neat.
You could tuck your phone away and have it charging at the same time.
Absolutely.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Especially like again, you don't have to be a baller, but if you got keys or whatever, or it's
yeah,
anything, right? It's just nice to hide. So we don't necessarily need a history lesson, but why is this vehicle so popular for sport parents? Like, I feel like the Tahoe and the Suburban is like the pinnacle for, hockey mom or dad vehicles. Like, why do you think that is? And obviously you're the same age as me, young guy.
I know.
So
for me, I can definitely comment from my parents' point of view. Me growing up, I have two brothers as well, so it was a three boy family, hockey and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I've grown up with vehicles this size. My parents always drove something this size.
Yeah.
My grandfather actually had the Suburban just because I have three cousins as well, so we needed that extra room in the back. But really what it is, what can this vehicle not handle?
That's true.
What can it not handle? You got hockey bags, they fit in the back. You got extra friends, put the seats up, they fit in the back.
That's
you got
so
three
true.
boys. You know how they always fight. At least in my family,
yeah,
me
too.
You got the DVDs. You got the DVDs back there.
They're pretty big, the captain's chairs too,
right?
Right?
Yeah. What can this not handle? What can you not accomplish with this kind of vehicle?
That's true. So yeah, the DVD, the rear seat entertainment. It's crazy though. I remember back in the day when we were I remember it was like an 06 Escalade, but the space between the seats to get into the third row, I don't know what they've done. Like they've made the installation more trim or like the panel.
Yeah.
But I remember the doors used to be probably like half a foot, like massive. And these are so small, there's it doesn't feel like you have to do a Mission Impossible to get to the third row.
Not at all. Not at all.
Which is kind of cool. And that's even awesome too if you have a bench obviously in the second row. For some models, there's plenty of space for everybody not to fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. And the third row is down on this. So if somebody's shopping between this and a Suburban, the literal only difference is the back spot. The back trunk is a little bigger.
Exactly. So what you see now when the seats are down, that room there is identical to the Suburban. with the seats elevated.
Cool.
So if you're looking for that space all the time and you are going to utilize that third row quite often and need that space, I definitely recommend going just one size bigger to the Suburban.
Yeah.
If the back seats are kind of there just for some times and you're not going to use them all the time, the Tahoe's going to handle everything you need.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy too? Like even the seats down right now, they fold pretty much completely flat. Like it even, in my opinion, could probably be a pretty viable 4-seater, right? Like, or if you have the bench, a 5-seater.
For sure, absolutely.
Like there's still plenty of room there. And like again, the way that you're driving it, you're merging. Like it doesn't feel like a big truck. You don't drive this every day.
No, I drive a little car every day, and I can tell you definitely right off the bat that this drives like a car. Safety features wise on this one, I can tell you right off the bat, I can tell you that there's lane departure alert.
Cool.
It's right here on my screen in the green.
Yeah.
If I start straying over the lane there, it goes orange, which lets me know, gives me a slight steering assist back in the lane. I also have a following distance indicator, which is over on this side. That's showing orange right now, just showing that I'm following a bit too close. There goes green and shows me that I'm following at a safe distance.
Cool.
But those are definitely handy if you're driving a bigger vehicle and a little unsure.
Yeah,
those are definitely
makes things a little easier, right?
Nice reassurance.
And what's this video tab here? So I've heard rumors you can actually plug in your own video and watch.
You can.
So basically, you have a little home video on a USB. You can watch pirated Shrek 2 or something like that.
Absolutely.
So for the co-pilots out there you go. If you ever run out of but you won't run out of battery because there's like 20 USB chargers. Like everywhere you look, there's some place to get power. I
got my phone here charging in the middle, but you're gonna have more in the center here.
Wow, you can fit a whole child in here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's crazy. That's pretty deep. Yeah, so depending on where you want to store your valuable jewelry or snacks. You got this or that. That's pretty cool. It's pretty solid compartment.
Absolutely. Not much it can't handle.
So why do you think, and obviously we've seen on some of the Cadillacs, they have the wicked camera rearview mirror. Do you think that's coming? Did they talk about that for 2021 or 22?
I do believe it's coming.
Nice. Okay, so for those who don't know that we're talking about, Jeff, can you describe the Cadillac rear camera system?
Yeah, so there's actually another rear camera on the back separate from the backup camera.
Cool.
Backup camera is only engaged when you put the vehicle into reverse for the most part. This camera actually is on all the time. It's a live camera. So say, for instance, we pack the back up, going up to the cottage, we pack it up so full to the top that we can't see out that mirror anymore because the back window's blocked. The mirror actually has a tab on the bottom where when you flip the tab, it'll go full video mode for you. So you actually have a full live video out the rear of the vehicle to use just exactly like a mirror.
It's pretty impressive, yeah.
It's definitely impressive.
That's wicked if that's coming to this next generation. That'll be pretty slick. You know what we'll do too, Jeff, is we're going to do some editing magic. When we get back, we're going to have the pull out the window. We're going to do some really big B-roll shots.
Yeah.
And, you playing around with the trunk. In terms of pricing, like I always like to ask this question. If somebody's coming into the dealership today and they say, Jeff, I really like the car. I'm sold on it. You did a great job. Are they probably leasing or financing? Like what's the best way to own this car?
Well, right now with the promotions we have employee pricing, which is combinable with our 0% on the Tahoes right now this month.
Yeah.
We have 0% all the way to 84 months. Don't have to put any money down. So it's employee pricing, so you pay exactly what we pay.
Yeah, I know. That's such a cliche, but it's actually true this month. I hate people don't believe it because it's used too liberally, but... Yeah. So this is probably a vehicle that you finance, right?
Yeah.
Talk about the used car market for this car. Like this one holds its value pretty well. Like
definitely.
All of GM 7-seaters, right?
I have people right now looking for these cars used.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably have about 3 or 4 people I could call right now. If you had a used one coming in on trade, I could probably call them right now.
Really? Just hot demand, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And that's a cool thing too. Obviously, if you're financing this car and Jeff, you correct me if I'm wrong, but you want to keep it for maybe 3-4 years, you're usually at that point in the contract, you're almost at like a break-even spot where you could probably trade out of it, get into a newer one, and not have any money owing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's one neat thing about these trucks. They always just seem to... I think Suburban is actually the oldest SUV or 7-seater. I could be lying, but I heard that
You're talking about the most famous vehicle there is. You know that the Suburban is the only vehicle with a Hollywood star, right?
Really?
Yeah, do you not know that?
It has a Hollywood star?
It has a Hollywood star and Hollywood Boulevard.
Who's it next to?
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, last year they put the Hollywood star for the Chevrolet Suburban
This is
right
like
on
these-
Hollywood Boulevard because it's the most used vehicle in movie sets,
Makes
as well
sense.
as getting their equipment to the movie sets.
That's
They use
true.
it as a working vehicle because of the room in the back. Like I said earlier, what can it not handle?
That's funny. I didn't know it had a star.
No, eh? Yeah, it does.
We gotta make a road trip.
Yeah, I know.
That's good content. Get out there in the Chevrolet Suburban or the Tahoe. That's wicked.
Yeah.
I really want to know who's it next to, though.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Now you got me wondering.
Imagine being the guy who got the Hollywood star, and you're like, I finally made it, and they put you right. You're like, who am I gonna be next to? You know, some famous celebrity?
Yeah.
No, you're next to a car.
You're next to a Suburban.
That'd be funny too if they put the model year, like
Yeah.
only the 2019.